So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for yet another episode of our FIFA 18 Bournemouth Career Mode. And today we are in the January transfer window. We've moved back into the winter and we're into the midway point really of the season, and if I'm honest, I have no idea how today's episode is going to go. I don't know how many games we're going to play, I don't know how many players we're going to sign. It is very much just going to be, let's see what goes on as we go along, because I've got no idea. I have literally no idea what we're going to be doing today. So we're in it for the, I'm in it for the surprises as much as you are. But anyway, what we definitely will be doing is playing the first round, or the first leg, sorry, of the semi-finals in the Carabao Cup, or the League Cup. We managed to get to the semis and we're facing Manchester City in those. So we've got a two-legged affair. We'll definitely be playing the first game of that today, and we will probably be playing the Arsenal game as well. The debate really is whether we'll be doing 3 games today or only 2. It really depends on how much transfer activity we do. I asked you guys last time what you wanted me to do when it comes to a transfer policy, whether everyone is available for the right price or whether only certain players are, and I think you guys really, the general consensus was the latter. Now, one other thing that I wanted from you guys in terms of an opinion for this transfer window was the type of player that we needed to bring in, the position in the side that we needed to strengthen, and again, a general consensus was found, and that was that left back and a winger is probably the shopping list, as well as potentially someone to replace Tony Villena if he does exit the club. Now, financially, we don't have that much, so we'd have to get a ridiculous amount for Tony Villena to be able to afford his replacement, a decent winger and a pretty good left back. Now, in the background, you'll be able to see your player of the episode from last time, and it is Callum Wilson. We spoke about him briefly. We got a bid from West Ham for the English striker, and you guys said that we shouldn't be accepting that or even going anywhere near countering it. So it looks as if Callum Wilson should be staying at the club unless we get an outrageous bid from a club outside of England. Okay, so here is our current shortlist. This is basically the shortlist that we had at the end of the last transfer window, minus the players in positions that we've already bought. So the strikers have been removed, or the majority of them. Any of the sort of high-profile strikers have been removed. Mainly here, we're looking at left backs, midfielders, and wingers. There are a couple of players outside of that position, but that's because I want to bring them in potentially in the next transfer window, but not this one. So when we've got a bit more money to spend on, on really building other areas of the side. After the first game of today's episode, I will build on this shortlist, and you'll see a slightly more revised version of it with the new players in. So I mentioned the first game of today's video briefly a moment ago, and it is time for that now. And my word is it a big one. The first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. This is the first game in our opportunity to get to Wembley in our first season as Bournemouth manager. If we can win this game on aggregate, or this tie on aggregate, we will be in the final of the League Cup, but Manchester City stand in our way, and you can see their squad over on the left-hand side. It is a very strong one. This may well be the biggest game of our season, of our series so far. That might then get replaced by the second leg, depending on the result of this one, but this is a huge game, and those are the star-studded players in our way. Gabby Jesus just chilling, breathing out the cold air. This is just a normal day for him, but for flipping, I don't know, for Jordan Ibe, this is not a stock standard afternoon. I don't know why I picked on poor Jordan Ibe there. I'm sure he has potentially actually been in a situation like this before, but in fact I think he probably literally has been. I'm pretty sure Liverpool were in a semi-final once and he was playing. It doesn't matter, quite frankly. That is not the point right now. Here's Harry Arter now bursting through. King, run being made there by Rafinha, now through towards Callum Wilson, but what an interception by Vincent Kompany. Crucially though, looking pretty dangerous in this game so far. That's through to Wilson again. Otamendi can't quite get there, but it is saved by Edison and slid clear by Danilo. It's Ibe in towards Wilson, headed only as far as Harry Arter to dink it to the back post towards Cook, and saved by Edison. I meant to say towards, not forwards. It's been looped back into the box, and it's now to Tony Villena. It's still Tony Villena. That's great work from Villena into Tyrone Mings, and Edison saves again. Oh my word, what a ball that was, could I just say, from Tony Villena. Mings tries to just get it over the top of Edison, but it comes off his midriff. City coming forward with Aguero out to the left-hand side for Danilo. Fouled there by Visor, but City hold on to the ball. Advantage given. That's Jesus through towards De Bruyne. What an assist that is from Gabby Jesus. And suddenly City, having had no chances in the game so far, are leading after 31 minutes. And that is because they're flipping clinical and we're not. We've had two really, well, one decent chance with Wilson, but one really good chance with Tyrone Mings, and one absolutely perfect back heel from Gabby. Jesus sees De Bruyne in on goal. Now we can try and get a counter-attack, because City have got a lot of players forward here. Villaina's got Ibe making the run on the right-hand side. It's Jordan Ibe. Can he get away from Stones? No, Stones has the pace. He'll cut back, though, with Ibe. It's into Wilson, saved by Edison, and then hooked over the bar by Company. You know, a 1-0 defeat is very much salvageable, even if it does, you know, if it could get worse. It could get better for us, though, because this is Josh King, and it's saved by Edison again. That is such a weak shot in comparison to the actual power that I put on that. Josh King, oh my days. Mings now getting involved in the attack. That's King. Wilson back through to Josh King again, and this time King does convert. Beautiful 1-2 executed perfectly between Callum Wilson and Josh King, and we are back level in this game. The concentration then was mad. I don't know if I was even commentating up until the 1-2. Maybe I was. But it's perfectly done between Wilson and King, one-touch football, and this time a calm and composed finish by Josh King. It's definitely been coming. We definitely deserve that goal, and finally we show a little bit of clinicality in this game to level things up. Nice. Right, let's build on this. Let's actually build on this, because at the moment, in the second half, the momentum is with us. Seems after that goal, City have got wise to our constant 1-2s. De Bruyne has just been absolutely destroyed. This is a pretty crucial time in the game. I'm going to make a couple of substitutions just to keep the energy up, really, in this side. Rafinha's going to come off for Ryan Sessegnon, who's going to play as a left mid. Lewis Cook is also going to come on for Harry Arter, who is pretty tired, and I think I'll also bring off Jordan Ibe for Ryan Fraser. Right, here's De Bruyne. Otamendi's forward. I don't know why City are throwing players forward. It's the first leg. There's still another tie to go. Sessegnon's just about poked that through for Mings. This is now Wilson. This is a good counter-attacking opportunity, actually. Josh King, he's got support. Fraser seems open on this right-hand side. It's Ryan Fraser. Nice step over to the back post here. It's for Ryan Sessegnon! Ryan Sessegnon off the bench gets us the goal to give us the lead in this one. It is 2-1 thanks to the youngster from Fulham. And we had so much time to prepare for that because he was so open at the back stick. Great control to just dead the ball completely. And then slams it past Edison across his body into the bottom corner. Why are they doing this in the first leg? There's no need. There's still a second leg. Do this at the end of the second leg. It doesn't make any sense to be playing like this now, but City going forward, we could really actually kill this tie off if we get another goal, and we could do that right now. Here comes Josh King. He's up against David Silva. It's Josh King. He's got support in the centre. It falls to Ryan Fraser. Saved by Edison. Cleared by Company after the melee there in the area. And that is the end of the game, and we take a 2-1 lead now into the second leg. See, the man of the match for this one is Callum Wilson. Did he get the goal? I can't even remember. No, he didn't even get the goal, did he? He actually got the assist, I think, for the first goal for Josh King. Ryan Sessegnon came off the bench and got an 8. Ryan Fraser got an 8.4. He obviously got the assist for Sessegnon's goal. Villaina played very well in that game, not gonna lie. Ever since I've suggested that he might get sold, he started playing really well. Now hear me out on this one. There's a couple of things I can already see are gonna be very controversial, quite frankly, as far as this is concerned. We've got a few players here that I think people don't want to see me sell. Now it isn't that deep, guys, don't worry. The players here are just players that I'm willing to hear offers from. Quite frankly, Jermaine Defoe is certainly one of those. He hasn't been a great performer despite scoring quite a few goals, and he is aging drastically. If we don't sell him now, we're not going to get anything for him. I know that might annoy people, that we're actually selling someone like Jermaine Defoe, but trust me, I've used him in this save, and he just isn't performing as well as the likes of Wilson and King. We could get a decent amount of money from him, but again, it's not an absolute for sure thing. I'm not absolutely going to sell him, but if I get an offer of 10 mil, Defoe is going out the door. That's a lot, and we could bring in a much better player with a better potential. Lise Musée, another one, hasn't really had much of a chance, but he's someone that I'm willing to hear offers for. Junior Stanislas is on the transfer list, but we've already got an offer for him apparently, so he drops to the bottom, and also same for Patrick O'Flaherty and Jordan Holmes here. Artur Boruc has already gone. One player that is missing from this list is the man that we've been talking about for flipping ages, and it's Tony Villena. I'm not allowed to actually add him to the transfer list because it registers that he's only just joined the club. Now it's time to negotiate, because last episode we got a bid from Stoke City for Charlie Daniels, our left back. Now, Charlie Daniels is a great player. I really love him as a real life player. On this game, a bit like Jermaine Defoe, not great. His long shots are terrible in comparison to what they are in real life, and his overall, quite frankly, is as well. Tyrone Mings and Ryan Sessegnon frequently perform better than him, so really he is quite far down the pecking order, unfortunately. We're going to go for 5.8. Okay, so Mark Hughes is staying firm at £3.45 million. That absolutely is not getting accepted because his actual valuation is 3.7. They're actually offering less than he's worth. We were hoping to complete this deal, but your revised fee for Daniels is still far too high. That's fine, Mark. If you want to be stingy about it and offer below his actual valuation, then I don't want you in my office anyway. Now, without the sale of anyone, we are going to find it very, very difficult to actually bring in anyone in this transfer window. We only have £540,000 as a transfer budget, and we're now already 2 weeks into the window. We haven't actually sold anyone. So it's time then for the second game of today's episode. We can't bring in any players for now, so we're just going to have to play some football, and hopefully we'll get a chance to make some bids for some players pretty soon. You can see though the squad in the background as we face Arsenal at the Vitality Stadium. Arsenal's side is of course a very strong one. Forgot to mention this was a Premier League tie, though that is obviously quite self-explanatory now in the background, but this is a very tough opposition, if you like, because Arsenal are directly above us in the league. In 4th place, we have slipped down to 5th after having a bit of a nightmare episode in terms of league activity and of course in the FA Cup last time out. So now here comes Sessegnon. Now he had a fantastic run in the last episode. He's won a free kick there. He was stopped in his tracks, but Ryan Sessegnon almost scored by far the goal of the episode last time. We're coming forward here with Mitchell Weiser down the right-hand side. Decent ball in towards Rafinha, headed clear only as far as Ryan Fraser, blocked by Jackal, falls to Cook, and it's blazed over the bar by Lewis Cook. Obviously, we are in the transfer window, so technically speaking, you know, actually playing games should take a little bit of a back seat. That isn't how it's ended up this time, unfortunately, because we don't have the funds to bring in anyone, and we're not getting the bids to sell anybody right now, as Lacazette somehow puts that wide. I have no idea how he's managed to do that at all. That was a shocking miss from Alexander Lacazette. Walcott again goes past Weiser. Still Theo Walcott put it into the box there for Lacazette. Great save though there from Begovic with his feet. That was phenomenal. That's Cook into King. Now Wilson. Those two linked up very well in the City game. That's through those down towards Ryan Fraser. Goes for the dink, but Cech is wise to it. Lacazette out wide now to Sanchez. Oh, but Sessegnon, who has, to be honest, has just had Sanchez in his back pocket. It's just been amazing to witness. That's Rafinha. Ball down the line is for Josh King. He's got support here from Wilson as Josh King towards the edge of the box there. It's a great bit of play. It's Harry Arter to finish it off and give us the goal to take the lead. It is 1-0 here to Bournemouth with 8 minutes of this game to go. That little back heel in the build-up from Fraser was sick. I know it's technically a bit of a square, but it was really nice. Really, really nice. Composed stuff from Fraser to just be like, yeah, you know what? I don't want this goal anyway. Back heel it into Harry Arter off the bench. And yet again, it's a substitute winning us the game, potentially. There's still 8 minutes to go. Let's not count our chickens before they've emerged from their egg-like device, but we need to calm down. Lacazette, and that is the end of the game. We're back to winning ways in the Premier League, and it's a big victory, actually, over the team directly above us in the league. We should leapfrog them and back into the top 4 now. Man of the match was the man who got that assist, and it was Ryan Fraser. 8.6 for him, 8.4 for the man who got the winning goal, being Harry Arter, and some good ratings there for Sessegnon, Josh King, and also Mitchell Weiser. Have we genuinely just had a bid of £13.2 million? For Steve Cook. I'm not an idiot, okay? I do realise how good Steve Cook has been, or Steve Cook is. I'm not even going to say has been, because I don't even want to let him go. And I know that everybody likes Steve Cook, so therefore a little bit concerned about how this is going to go. Because I feel that a lot of Bournemouth fans right now are going to want to slap me in the face for even considering this as an offer. The chief exec said I could get 20 million. Now, I'm not being funny, right, but £20 million for Steve Cook, to me, seems like a pretty decent amount, to be honest. I feel like even Bournemouth fans would be like, well, I mean, 20 mil is in the game is pretty good. Can we stop with the fireworks? Okay, it's the 7th of November. In fact, I'm even tempted to say, no, we'll say 19. We'll say 19. That seems slightly more reasonable. But he wants to offer 16.1 and 16.1 only. We're gonna counter and we're gonna propose a new transfer fee of 18.1. Oh no, I might have offended everyone, but it's still a sick deal. Oh no, right, okay. Fenerbahce's manager has, oh my god, £18.1 million for Steve Cook. Is that actually legal? I don't think he'd even be worth that in real life, surely not. How has that happened? I mean, I don't know, talks might break down, Fenerbahce is in Turkey, Steve Cook might not be willing to relocate. Leeds have made a bid for Leeds Musée. Okay, now this is another one where we're not just going to go ahead and accept this, we're going to negotiate. I feel like I am actually just going to be annoying all Bournemouth fans right now because Musée has got a decent potential in the game. I think it's like 80 or something like that. Ben Brayton has a better potential and all the other strikers are better than him as well. So Leeds Musée is literally the 5th choice striker right now, and we're gonna slap £4 million on his head. I know, we're playing hardball here, that is quite a lot. £2.35 million with a 10% sell-on clause. Is that actually, I'm pretty sure that's a worse deal than what they initially put forward. You can keep the sell-on clause, that's fine. But £3.35 million is what is happening. If you're not willing to give me £600,000, then, you know, there's just something wrong, isn't there? And he has stormed out the room. Fair play, mate, I don't care. So this really is going to be a bumper-packed episode, isn't it? We're going to be playing 3 games and doing transfer activity as well. I am sorry, but I can't even leave myself on the cliffhanger as to whether Steve Cook leaves the club. So we're going to be playing against West Ham for the final game of today's episode at the London Stadium. And Steve Cook potentially might be playing his last game. This game is already massively outdated because Slaven Bilic is still the manager of West Ham. Vieira is brought down. Hinman plays a beautiful pass into Rafinha. Now Brayton, good turn from him. Wilson out wide here to Jordan Ibe. Still Jordan Ibe out wide now to Rafinha. This should be a goal, and indeed it is. Rafinha, the Brazilian, gets his first goal in quite some time in this series, and it's an interesting celebration. He's brought out the Daniel Sturridge for some reason. Clearly, he is massively inspired by the Liverpool striker. Really nice goal, just a simple one really. Jordan Ibe just playing in Rafinha, had too much space, slots it past the goalkeeper. Pretty simple stuff realistically. Rafinha will take it again, going to put it in towards the penalty spot. Decent effort, Steve Cook was actually underneath it. Could you imagine if Steve Cook had scored? Oh, that's a ball and a half through towards Chicharito. Cook is going to have to deal with it. It's back though towards Lanzini. Now over to Arnautovic, and what a finish that is from Marko Arnautovic right into the top corner. I think Begovic got a hand to it, but he's never stopping that realistically. And Arnautovic gets West Ham an equaliser in pretty phenomenal fashion. We got beaten by West Ham when we played them last, and they flipping came back from behind to beat us, thanks to Haksabanovic, who I was told many a time to sign. If we have really a lot of surplus, I will bring in Haksabanovic. If not, it'll be in the next transfer window. But we don't want to allow West Ham to come back from behind again, quite frankly. I'm not allowing that. And we could go in front here with Ben Brayton, who hits the side netting. Should have done better. Arnautovic there has gone past Visor. It's still Marko Arnautovic. Good save though from Begovic at the near post. Cresswell nods it down though to Mark Noble. Dinked over towards Hernandez. Cook intercepts. Lanzini with the volley off the post. Very much living on the edge now in this game. Lanzini back to Koyate. Begovic saves though. Now Lanzini. Arnautovic. Still Arnautovic. Goes down as Arnautovic, and that is a penalty against Nathan Ake. And it is such a stupid one. Am I the only one that thinks Arnautovic has just carried on running into Nathan Ake here? He has! He's not actually taken him down. Ake is still on the floor, and Arnautovic has just run into him. Oh, it's going to be Javier Hernandez who is going to take the penalty. Can Begovic guess the right way? He can't, and it's in off the post anyway. Even if he had guessed the right way, there was no way he was saving that one. Why does history always repeat itself? Brighton always thrash us. West Ham always wait till they're behind to actually beat us. Callum Wilson, he's done well to get past the defender there. Now it's Brayton. Someone make some runs. Oh my god, I'm on ultra attacking. This though is Emerson Hinman. Decent effort saved by Adrian. Straight down his throat really, but at least it's a shot. Oh my days. Say we're ultra attacking, it's like, it's impossible to get players forward. This is insane. It's so hard. We're just up against the brick wall again. Visor though into Jordan Ibe. Great ball from him. It's Ibe. What a volleyed effort that was, and a great save from Adrian. Ibe flicks it up for literally no reason whatsoever, but it was an amazing effort. Visor plays it forward, but we've lost again. As I said a couple of times, we lost because we were just beaten flat out. West Ham just played better than us in that second half. It was pretty even in the first half, but West Ham blitzed us in the second. Rafinha somehow got man of the match. It's occurred. Steve Cook has gone, of all places, to Turkey, to Fenerbahce. It doesn't seem like a very realistic signing, and Turkey really just want everybody. Galatasaray have made a bid for Harry Arter. That isn't happening. £18.1 million for a player who I'm pretty sure his peak is 79. Seems like quite a lot of money. We've been allocated £15 million of it, and it means we'll actually do something in this transfer window. So what I want from you guys is pretty simple. Centre-back replacements. Who do I buy? Top comment will certainly be looked at. I've definitely got someone in mind, so it's going to have to be a very good suggestion to beat that person. Give me a centre-back replacement. I apologise profusely if you're completely offended by the fact that Steve Cook has left, but it just seemed like a lot of money for someone like Steve Cook. He's performed really well, but we can get a better centre-back. So we're going to leave things there. I think if I started making bids for centre-backs or anyone else, I think this video would genuinely be about half an hour long. So in the background is the table. Here is how it has been affected by today's episode. Chelsea are top on 46 points ahead of Leicester, interestingly, in second. We are currently third, but the three teams behind us could all go above us if they win their respective games in hand. That is Spurs, Manchester City and Manchester United there. In the background now, though, you are seeing the Hall of Fame for Bournemouth, holding all the accolades for respective players in the series. As per usual, you guys know the drill by now. Josh King still top goal scorer, and I think still top assist maker as well. I don't remember him or Harry Arter, who is currently second, getting any assists in that episode at all. Either that or they're joint, I can't quite remember, but nevertheless, you guys can see those stats in the background, and you can also vote for your player of the episode in the top right of the screen. There'll be a poll including sort of 4 or 5 players, and whoever you thought was the best player in today's video will play in every single game of the next video. Regardless of that though, that is basically it from me. It's been probably a controversial episode is what I'm gonna say. Steve Cook is out, and we need to bring in a centre-back. The annoying thing is, I would actually have loved to keep Steve Cook till like whenever the end of this series is, because he's actually a good player, but that just seems like an extortionate amount of money to say no to, especially when there was the potential to get 20 mil. But regardless of that, I don't know what you guys are going to think of it. Probably everyone's going to hate me, but regardless, we need to fill that hole left by Steve Cook and bring in a replacement. If you have though enjoyed and you have avoided the controversy, then feel free to slap a like on this video and subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. My Twitter handle is @theofficialfng, links to that are in the description, and my Instagram is exactly the same, @theofficialfng over there, and the link to that is down below too. I hope I haven't offended everyone, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. It's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Yo, Massappeals.
I roll out with some monsters. Looks like your team and you watchers. I do not roll with imposters. Sound like the man in the Oscars. I'm drunk off Henny and Fosters. I have a career, I am jobless. This bitch f me so hard, I might just end up unconscious. I like girls in lingerie, especially if it is crotchless. Bitch, I am the bigger picture. There is no way you can crop us.